Beneath the earth of a city that predates the pharaohs, there lies a saga that blends faith, history, and science. The walls of Jericho have captured imaginations for millennia, but what truly brought these mighty walls crashing down? Was it sound, faith, or forces of nature unimaginable to ancient minds? In this video, we'll take you on a journey through the real history of Jericho, recent scientific breakthroughs, and the passionate debates that are redefining what we thought we knew. Prepare to see ancient history in a whole new light. Historical background: the oldest city on Earth. Jericho is often celebrated as the world's oldest continuously inhabited city. Archaeological layers reveal human settlements stretching back to 9000 BCE, long before the first Egyptian pyramids arose. Its fertile landscape, fed by natural springs, enabled early agriculturalists to settle and thrive. By 8000 BCE, the people of Jericho developed massive stone walls, to this day, some of the oldest defensive structures ever found. These were not just fortifications, they were statements of resilience, ingenuity, and community. Throughout the Bronze Age, Jericho was conquered, destroyed, and rebuilt many times. Cuneiform tablets found in nearby cities mention trade with Jericho, highlighting its importance as a cultural crossroads long before biblical times. Additional real event. Records and sediment layers suggest that Jericho weathered catastrophic floods in the 3rd millennium BCE, reshaping its landscape and forcing its people to adapt their agricultural strategies. These real natural disasters left lasting imprints on the city's history. Expert perspective: environmental archaeologist. Jericho's ability to not just survive but thrive through floods, droughts, and shifting trade routes is testimony to the ingenuity of its early inhabitants. Jericho and the Bible: fact meets legend. The account in the book of Joshua portrays a miraculous victory. After circumnavigating Jericho's walls for 7 days and sounding trumpets, the Israelites witnessed the walls tumble down. For believers, it's an enduring symbol of faith. For historians and scientists, a riddle waiting to be solved. Was this story entirely miraculous, or was there more at play? Ancient city records, inscriptions, and regional folklore all add context. Some Hittite and Egyptian records even hinted at disasters affecting Canaanite cities during this period. Could these refer to Jericho? Canaan was a crossroads for armies and empires, Egyptian, Assyrian, and Babylonian, each leaving their own mark. Clashes over land and resources meant Jericho was often at the center of larger regional conflicts. Expert interview: biblical scholar. These ancient texts do not exist in a vacuum. They reflect a collective memory, mixing recorded history, oral tradition, and theological reflection. Major archaeological investigations. Since the late 19th century, Jericho has intrigued archaeologists such as Charles Warren and Kathleen Kenyon. Their digs revealed startling evidence: a succession of walled cities, each built atop the last, each showing signs of violent destruction, fire, and collapse. Kenyon's research in the 1950s changed everything. She found the so-called fallen walls were much older than Joshua's era, dating to around 1550 BCE. But new excavations in the 21st century, led by multinational teams using advanced technology, have opened up even more layers and mysteries. Expert perspective: field archaeologist. With new technological tools, we've been able to reconstruct not just the walls, but the daily life of Jericho's people, from bread ovens to waterworks, humanizing a city that often feels legendary. Recent scientific findings and real events. Recent teams returned with a new question: if the biblical account isn't literal, then what truly happened here? Stunningly preserved mud brick debris, burned grain stores, and charred timber tell a story of sudden calamity. Analysis reveals Jericho lies on the seismically active Jordan Rift Valley. Earthquake modeling confirms a major event would have been powerful enough to shatter ancient walls, just as described. Researchers found evidence of a massive quake around 1550 BCE, forcing walls to collapse outward, not inward, consistent with destruction by natural forces. Charred grains hint that survivors fled quickly, their food stores left to burn. Additional real event. Other destruction layers show evidence of warfare: arrowheads in streets, fortifications deliberately toppled, and mass graves. Jericho's history, it seems, is a tapestry woven from both nature's fury and human conflict. Expert interview: seismologist. The archaeology matches what we'd expect from a catastrophic earthquake in this region: walls toppling, rapid fires, abandonment. It's remarkable how well the biblical narrative aligns with real seismic events here in the past. Jericho in conflict, diplomacy, and trade. The city's location made a hub for commerce and diplomacy. Jericho's rulers negotiated with neighbors, from Egypt to Mesopotamia, sometimes with gifts, sometimes with swords. Papyrus letters and clay tablets document alliances formed and broken. Expert perspective, Near Eastern historian. Jericho's survival depended not just on walls, but on the city's ability to form alliances, offer tribute, and adapt to the ever-shifting balance of power. Life behind the walls, everyday Jericho. Behind its famous walls, Jericho was alive with tradition and innovation. Archaeologists have uncovered workshops, communal ovens, shrines, and irrigation canals, evidence of a dynamic, diverse, and resilient community. Expert interview, social anthropologist. People often focus on conquest and collapse, but Jericho's real miracle might be its people, who endured thousands of years of change and crisis with ingenuity. Expert debate, reconciling science and faith. Theologian. The miracle of Jericho's walls is not just in the event, but in what it symbolizes: faith, resilience, and unity against impossible odds. Archaeologist. My work uncovers the real evidence, layers of burnt debris, pottery from distant lands, and the unmistakable marks of earthquakes. Whether or not you take the story literally, these are the facts on the ground. Historian. History is rarely straightforward. The legend of Jericho was likely inspired by real catastrophes, earthquakes, warfare, that shaped local memory and became the basis of powerful stories. Additional expert, geotechnical engineer. Some have modeled the acoustic properties of the valley, testing whether sustained sound could have contributed to structural failures in mud brick walls. While sound alone can't topple a city, it's possible that psychological warfare combined with seismic activity amplified the chaos. This ongoing dialogue inspires skepticism, faith, and further inquiry. Science doesn't seek to disprove faith, but to explain how our world works. Legacy, modern discoveries, and unanswered questions. New tools and international collaboration are uncovering even more secrets. DNA analysis of ancient remains tells us about migration and disease. Satellite scans reveal long-lost buildings. Each year, Jericho shares new stories with the world. Highlights recap titles on screen. Jericho's 11,000-year story. How science and faith collide. Real events behind the myths. Daily life and innovation inside the city. Will future discoveries finally reveal the whole truth? Or will Jericho remain an enigma, its legend echoing across time, inspiring awe, reverence, and curiosity? If you found this exploration fascinating, share your thoughts below. Was the fall of Jericho miracle or natural disaster? Like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into ancient mysteries.